So yes, forged from the love of liberty. And we sing this whenever we attend any functions. We have students or younger children also singing this hymn whilst at schools and every other event that is about dealing with like any government or ministerial purpose, right? So forged from the love of liberty. Yet, with many things occurring right in Alubera, which is Tobago, we still have our people or natives of the land still being deprived of access of land. When I say deprived, at least in what is written in the Constitution, perhaps, not perhaps, but it is written there that one, even though you are born here on the soil, on the earth, you still have to wait at least 15 to 16 years before you are acknowledged to even have access to utilize the space for food and shelter security. Forged from the love of liberty, yet still when it comes to employment opportunities, it is still somewhat of like a tic-tac-toe or any mini miny mo when it comes to allowing persons to have the legitimate justice and experience to work in a field that they have applied to, regardless. All right, regardless of their being qualified for it or even being the better person to get the job done, they are still neglected the opportunity because of some personal agenda aside from what should be utilized as the professionalism within. Forged from the love of liberty, yet still we have persons undermining and operating as minions against the legitimate justice of their fellow beings, their neighbors, their fellow relatives, even persons that they have been like schoolmates with, you know, right there, right here, where the population density of Alubera, which is Tobago, is one where a great majority of the beings know each other and are affiliated with each other, to the point that we should not have to be this level of enslaved amongst ourselves, where opportunities are deprived for some and it is greater for others who always recycle and always reap the main benefits and grow in abundance, whilst others are starving to have even some breath of life in living form, some bit of breath in a form of abundance, in a form of some, you know, rejuvenation of growth. You know, there are beings, both youth and elders, who have been doing what they can in their best ways to be able to rise above most challenges, and they go to these spaces that are actually mentioned to be the spaces to utilize for what they may need to have information about, or even sign up and register for, to have some bit of access to certain things, be it for funds like in the form of grants, be it funds be it funds for the access to be able to renovate housing. Even housing as well is an issue as well, putting into this circumstance. And we have those who are still making the attempt to go to the to use their skills, whether it is a person who loves fishing and seeks to be a better entrepreneur that way, you know, a businessman or businesswoman who is really good at fishing, you know, amazing at dominating the waters. We have beings who are farmers. They aspire to be able to increase the production ratio of certain things, yet still there is still a barrier that is preventing them to be able to access greater justice. Why? Because we have beings in spaces who are intentionally gluttonous, intentionally envious, and intentionally wicked to their own, because of the fear of divine light amongst them. The fear of divine light, meaning that they fear the rise of another being in growth, because they think that it would stifle their own growth. And it should not be the case. Forged from the love of liberty, yet still the youth doesn't have great expansion in the creative sector. We have many youths who I'm aware of, myself, who has been as well local designer, you know, and in spaces where we would go to for meetings and such, you know, it would still be a any mini miny mo selection when it comes to even having access to some of these set things that they mentioned as grant fundings. They host really big, like nice meetings, spend a whole bit on that. Yet still, who are the ones actually reaping the benefit? Is it the ones who truly needs it? No, it is not the case. They are often recycling those who already have. And it should not be that way. We are only trademarking and recycling the resources with those who don't really need it. But the ones who truthfully need it, you just use their energies to make up numbers and say, well, all right, it was successful. It was not successful because who exactly have you been able to assist? Truthfully. All right? Forged from the love of liberty. Youth are doing music. They are into designing. They're into even other creative arts aspects and stuff like that. All right? Yet still we are incapable of even creating a proper studio for them to be able to utilize for this purpose capacity, right? But then again, whenever they are able to produce something really well and they have the influence of the public and they are able to rise in their own way, we only acknowledge them for that moment and that there and then. But other than that time, what do you do as the governing body to even say, well, all right, here, fellow youth, my fellow royal youngster, this is a token of upliftment for you. How does it occur? Where is the justice that we are watering the lands with? What are we utilizing as tools to replenish and ensure that the generations that are younger than us do not yield to the graces of what is a minus? And then it have those who would say, oh, the young people don't want anything. It's not the case. It's not the case when you are saying, all right, this is the opportunity, yet still when they get to the door, it's closed on them. I have been in circumstances where myself have gathered youth and decided to say, okay, let's check this representing minister. And as we are there speaking to the minister and letting the minister know, well, this is the circumstance, this is what we aspire to do. We would ask and even mention about things that we would seek to be assisted with, and it's like their hands are tied. Why would your hands even be tied if you are representing for the community? This should not be the case. Your hands should not supposed to even be tied at that position, because this is what they actually contributed their energies for, to let you be there in the first place. It doesn't make no sense. It's just mamagism all around the board. Forged from the love of liberty. And what are we doing? We've had a proper thing going on where creatives, persons who do sculptures, paintings, and all these things, from what I've gathered, locals have mentioned that we've had amazing creativity being shown from the airport straight to Store Bay and beyond. And this is just the whole, the whole minus of the mindset, the negative of the mindset that actually collapsed that grace. So when tourists come, they don't really have nothing that is attractive. They can't even showcase the local ambitions or nothing of the sort. Where is the cultural identity? Who are we? Should I be a traveler coming to the island? Who am I meeting to actually say, well, all right, this is who we are. What is the identity? Where is it going? And then you would just come and brainwash everything and sell a different concept. That is what? Another enslavement, another enslaving culture for the folks to, support and be a part of and continue to clasp themselves enslaved in mind and spirit. It doesn't make sense. We are fighting amongst ourselves so much that it is actually crippling the opportunity of growth for us to allow ourselves to thrive. Forged from the love of liberty. What love are we forged from? Who are we actually serving this love to? What are we doing? And where is the liberty, truthfully? Where is the liberated justice? Do it exist? I'm not sure if it even exists, to be honest. Because based on how I'm seeing things occurring with when persons devote their energies and their attention to representing bodies, and when they get into positions, they have been able to just sideline them and act all, like, yeah, I'm taller than you now. No, you are not taller than anybody, because if it wasn't for these beings, these said beings, you would not be where you are today. So I believe that it is good to also come down a couple notches and understand that, hey, there's no love. What's that? You're not serving no love. It's an any, mini, miny, mo thing, a selective kind of energy vibe, and it shouldn't be the case. Shouldn't be the case, fellow royals. So we need to look into all these things.